up? This is Shad. Check out JA Products.
Yeah, it's Anthony McLean. Just want to give a big shout out. JA Products, YouTube. That's how we roll. Peace.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Jordan A. Taylor in the spot. And first off, I just want to thank Shad and Anthony McLean for providing the intros to today's video. So first off, for those of you who typically watch my videos, this is probably going to be one of those long-winded videos. So in advance, I apologize. If you don't want to watch the entire video, that's fine. It'll probably only be a couple minutes, the short version. If you want to watch me go on and on and on about what I'm talking about, then just watch right up to the end. Okay, so today's video I'm going to be talking about Color Me. And Color Me is an amazing documentary that I actually watched last night at the Bell Lightbox Theatre downtown Toronto. Basically what this documentary was about the social struggles of young black youth in Brampton, which is where I live, and as well touches a bit upon being biracial in today's society. And the story basically follows Anthony McLean, who is he's an actor and a writer, a rapper, and a motivational speaker who goes around to different high schools and elementary schools talking about bullying and this new bit that he does called Living the Dream. And it also follows the lives of kind of these 6 kids from a school, from a high school, and kind of their struggles and their stories and things like that. Now the documentary was just amazing. It was very well put together. Cinematically it was on point, and content-wise was unbelievable. I've never been so moved by a documentary. Now a lot of people think, you know, documentaries are boring, and some of them are, I'm not gonna lie, like some of the ones on Discovery Channel and stuff like that, but this one was just so moving, and I personally felt very connected to it for a number of reasons. So I highly recommend that you watch it. I'm not 100% sure on where they will be screening, but if you want more information as to where you can see it, or as well you can buy the DVD of the documentary online at colormethefilm.com. I'll put a link, I'll try to put a title in here somewhere, and I will definitely put links in the description below. So I highly recommend that you watch it. The DVD is only like $30 or something like that, you know, not something that expensive. And if you want, go to the website, go to their YouTube, check out them on Twitter, on Facebook, and everything. And because I don't want to go long-winded for some of you short attention span people, just it's an amazing movie. Check it out. If you like it, let me know. If you tweet them, if you contact them in any way, tell them I sent you. And that, yeah, the movie was, the documentary was absolutely amazing. Anyway, now if you are one of those people who doesn't like going or hearing me talk on and on and on, or you have a short attention span, feel free to click out of the video now, because I'm just going to go on and on about a whole bunch of different things that I thought were particularly amazing about the film and about my experience with the film. So if you want to exit out of the video now, I won't blame you. If you exited out before this point, then I'm gonna blame you, and I'm gonna find where you live, and I'm gonna feed you a blueberry muffin, man! Cool? So now that we've got that out of the way, what I found was amazing about this movie, and the my whole experience with the movie. Let me give you a bit of background information. If you guys don't already know this about myself, I grew up in a very white bread city. It's St. Catharines, Ontario. I live in Brampton now. I was living with my mother and my grandparents, and they are white. You know, birth mother, grandparents, and everything. They are white, and I grew up in an all-white house, in an all-white neighborhood, at an all-white school, all-white town, basically, essentially. And so, and Anthony McLean, the guy who puts on the video, grew up in a similar way, and they talk about that throughout the movie. And so already I was immediately connected. Even the fact of, you know, being young and black in high school in Brampton, you know, I've been through that as well. Even that, you know, my father's black, so I identify as black as well. I identify as white to an extent as well, but that's a whole nother story that I'm not going to get into. But point being is I could really identify with the film. Now, to further the point, on my way to this film, right, I had to book off work, which I hardly ever do, but I had to book off work in order to go to this film. But the fact that I was able to do that was amazing, and because it usually never ever works out for me. So there was that. On my way there, I ran into a guy that I actually bought a piece of recording equipment from a few days ago, and he had actually just quit, and now he's working on, you know, possibly going into school, and he might be mixing my songs now. So I networked on my way to downtown to go watch this movie. Secondly, I ran into an old high school friend of mine who seemed very connected to the movie, who he also asked a couple questions in the Q&A period after the movie. And like I said, just feeling connected and feeling like I could relate to almost every single part of that story of, white mother and growing up in an all-white neighborhood, being told you're not black enough, or being told, oh, you're the only black kid, but you're not black enough at the same time. I just felt incredibly connected to this movie from the get-go. And then watching the movie and then the things it brings up, and I don't want to ruin it if you do go to watch the movie, but just all the things that it brings up, I really felt connected and inspired. I've never been on the edge of my seat watching a documentary, and I'm not saying that you will be, but I personally was, so I have to recommend the film. I was watching the trailer. I knew I recognized Anthony McClain. I knew I recognized his face from somewhere, and I couldn't figure out where. As it turns out, actually, well, let me give you a bit of background information. There was a show on CBC. For those of you who live in Canada, you know what CBC is. It's a television network here in Canada. And there was a show on there that I used to watch. This is like 10 years ago, so when I was like, 10 years old or whatever. I was very young. It was well before high school. There was a show I used to watch, when they had CBC Kids. There was a show that I used to watch called The Infomatrix, and they later changed the name of that show to The X. And The X was hosted by, there was a girl, I believe there was a girl named Sally, there was a girl named Julie up in there, and there was this guy named Anthony. And coincidentally, obviously, this is the same Anthony, but it didn't click in my head until I had seen one little tiny clip in the movie. One teeny tiny clip in the movie where he did this rap freestyle thing on television. I said, oh my gosh, that's where I know him from. Now, the reason why I felt even more connected was on that show, the show The X, Anthony McClain. Anthony, he used to do these freestyles where you would submit your freestyle request, and you could ask him about anything, and it was, for all intents and purposes, live. Where I remember I went on the website, I logged in, I sent him my question, a matter of, maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes later, I see it flash along the bottom of the screen there, and I remember because it was about spying and technology, and because I was really into those things growing up. So, and he did this freestyle for me, and that was the first time he was the first person I had ever hear rap. And I thought, oh, that's so cool, this rapping thing. Oh yeah, yo, and you just freestyle, and I thought it was really cool. And to then have fallen in love with hip-hop and rapping and the whole culture behind it, and he was one of those people that inspired me from the get-go. And those of you who know me, I do enjoy rapping, and I make hip hop music a little bit now. And stay tuned because I'm going to be making some more. But it was like, wow, this is one of the first times I'd ever heard anybody rap about anything, and it was a Canadian guy that did a freestyle for me on national television. And that connection as well, it was it just blew my mind, and the experience was just incredible. And it was, I don't think I could have felt more connected to him, to Anthony and these kids and the story and the film. I felt so incredibly connected. And as well, because he does a lot of things that I wanted to do, writing, acting, rapping, motivational speaking. A big reason why I do these videos was because I wanted to improve my speaking, because I like speaking publicly. I don't have an issue with it. I mean, I get nervous and stuff like that, but that's a big reason why I make the advice videos that I make, because it was something I would like to do. I like speaking. I feel I'm articulate and a good communicator, and I don't know, it's like I really would like to get into motivational speaking. I think would be something that would be beneficial for not only me improving my communication skills, which is something I pride myself on, anyone who knows me, but as well, I think it would be beneficial to whoever I'm speaking to, because I feel I have insights to certain things. The movie is incredible. Make sure you go check it out. Like I said, colormethefilm.com. To anyone watching this who's connected to the movie Color Me, thank you very much for sharing this movie with the world. Specifically, I have to just specifically talk to Anthony. I'm gonna try to tweet this to him, and if you want to tweet this to him as well, Anthony, if you are watching, thank you again for talking to me after the film last night. I really appreciate it, and you know, I just felt really connected to your story, man. And I'm sure tons of people, dozens, hundreds, thousands of people probably told you the same thing. But honestly, truly, I really do feel connected through the love of hip hop, through the being biracial, and through your talks and everything. And I hope to communicate with you soon. And yes, and for those of you who aren't Anthony, I am actually trying to talk to him as if he's watching this. I don't know if he will. That'd be nice if he did. But I just have to say that. So again, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. I want to thank the director, because she made it all happen as well. I believe it's Shireen Bassoum. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Sorry, I was just so connected to every other part of the film. I kind of overlooked that, and I apologize. But anyway, point being, thank you all very much for putting this film out in the world. And those of you who are not part of this film or haven't seen it, please go check it out. If you feel connected in any way, if you feel that you can relate to anyone being different, be it based on race or age or gender or any type of stereotype, check out this movie. It's amazing. I found it very moving, inspiring. It inspired me to make this video today, and it's inspired me to kind of maybe look into public speaking, and it's inspired me to continue my rapping a bit more. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you to the makers of Color Me the Film, and I will see you guys soon. Alright? I'm Jordan A. Taylor, and I'm out. Peace and booyakasha. My God, this shirt feels tight. But it looks so good, though. Alright. Okay.